This podcast is part of the Loosely Connected Network. Visit www.thelooselyconnected.com for more great podcast networks, Twitch streams, YouTube channels, and more.
I love the Power Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the Power Club.
No time for time travel.
All right, welcome to another episode of the No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are a podcast for nerds by nerds. And my name is Tony, and joining me all the way from Sweden is Kwok.
Hello.
Hello. And we usually talk about a topic that you guys suggest to us. And this week, we really didn't get one. And I think it's also my fault because I said, hey guys, let us know what you want us to talk about. And if you don't, we're going to talk about Batman. And I think because I said that, then people are like, yeah, Batman's good. So
yeah, Batman. Okay.
So I guess we talk about like Batman and our favorite versions of Batman, like in all media, like video games or movies and stuff. Yeah.
Shows. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. But before that, how have you been doing?
Good. I think I've been trying to climb outside a lot, but every time I attempt to climb outside, it decided to rain those days.
Oh.
Like specifically those days, like even when we planned ahead, my colleague and I planned ahead to go somewhere. I was like, all right, let's go Sunday the 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, like on a week before, we checked the weather. It's like, oh, it's gonna rain that day, specifically that day. The day before, nothing. The day after, nothing. Just
What if you plan it and then you set that day in stone, and then the next day you change it to the next day?
I would, but then like I'm not the one with the car, so my friend's the only one that can go that specific day as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so even though like, oh, let's change it to the day before, he's like, no, I can't. I'm busy the day before. I was like, damn it.
I can only go on the days that rain.
Yeah, exactly. Quite coincidence.
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny. Like, you know how one of my business partners, Long John, like we play escape rooms, right? And then it's funny that, you know, we book the date, and then when I never really say what the theme is until later. And then once it's a horror theme, then it seems to be coincidental every time it's found out that it's a horror theme that Long John is suddenly sick. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
So what? Oh, maybe he knows. Does he like horror theme?
I think he usually tends to not. So yeah.
Okay.
It's just funny. And so every time like you're in the escape room, it's like, oh, it's horror. Oh yeah, Long John would be sick that day. So yeah.
We just assume that everybody's gonna go except for Long John.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Anything else you've been doing aside from like trying to climb on days that are not raining, but they end up raining?
No, not really. Actually, I think I've just been quite relaxed and not doing anything. Well, I say relaxed, but it's more like I'm lazy.
That's good though. I mean, it's like you need that break, and I'm speaking from experience. Is that I really need a break. So.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like it's been like over a month already. Mm-hmm. I'm over having a break.
Oh, okay.
Now it's just it went from being relaxing to being lazy.
Oh, yeah. That. So, there's that, what's it called? That fine line between just relaxing and then now I'm just not relaxing. Now I'm just lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's just like, okay, cool. Like, I understand. I need a break every now and then. A week's good. 2 weeks good. Okay. A month's getting a bit longer. Okay, I should start doing something anytime now, body. Anytime now.
But you know, for the vacation over there, I thought that you guys get a lot of time off, right?
Oh yeah, we do. But I mean, like I'm just talking about like in terms of stuff to go after work sort of thing. I just come back home and sit at my table and go on a computer. I'm like, oh.
And that's so funny that you're able to do that without like still falling into that trap of social media.
Oh yeah. I've trained myself well to not. The most I do is like I go on Facebook, it's like, okay, no messages, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like you actually have time to like, you know, just relax and not do anything, and yet for some powerful reason, like I don't know how you train yourself to like not want to go onto social media.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a habit, you know. Like most time it's just was it? They say like it takes 2 weeks or something like that to break a habit.
Mm-hmm. Well, you had like 30 years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just more like after a while, I wouldn't say 30 years.
Okay.
But maybe like 15.
Okay.
No, but anyways, it's more like in the beginning, it's just like I do remember there was like a phase where like I would go on social media a lot, and then after a while I was like, I didn't see the point of it. Also, I wanted to avoid like, and this is how I avoided all spoilers from, was it Endgame?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Endgame and a lot of Game of Thrones stuff, and a lot of recent Avengers stuff.
Well, you know,
I just
Lamb.
avoid.
I mean,
Was that?
well, Lamb, right? He said that he avoided all spoilers on social media, but he went into work and then he still got spoiled.
Oh yeah, I also avoided people.
Oh, okay.
Like I was I remember like last week I was gonna just sit down and join my my coworker to like for lunch or something, and the moment I started walking over there and about to sit down, I hear them starting the Game of Thrones talk. I was like, oh, okay, goodbye guys. I just got up and started walking away, and they said, no, wait, come back, we'll talk about something else.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so you watched Game of Thrones then?
Well, I'm like really, really behind.
Okay.
I'm like on season 4. We're on like season 8 or 9 or something. I don't know anymore.
It's I think season 8. So would it be a spoiler to say whether it's good or not good? Just like a general statement? Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm not I know that people say like doesn't spoil anything, but it's kind of like you set the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, oh yeah, I don't want to expect anything. I just want to go in not knowing stuff.
Okay, then I will skip the news item about Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's news item, I'm fine with it. It's not a big deal. It's just like, ideally, I want nothing.
Well, I think knowing this, whether it's good or not, is actually better for you in terms of this particular thing. Because I'll just say it now because it's there's been a lot of complaints about the last season, and there's like actually a petition going on that people are signing like, we deserve a better last season. They want to like get them to redo the last season. So that's all.
Wait, so it's okay. That's interesting. So it's this the official last season?
Yeah. This is by the time people hear this episode, the Game of Thrones will be over for good forever. Like, okay. Yeah, because
okay.
Yeah, because this Sunday is the series finale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. Then I could slowly catch up.
Yeah. I mean, after a Sunday, then, the whole series is done. So you don't have to think about like, oh, if I catch up, then I have to like start waiting a week for an episode or something. Yeah. You'll have everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have like 4 seasons to catch up on, so I have time.
How many episodes is it per season?
I think it's roughly like 10.
Not that bad then.
Yeah, not bad.
Huh. Maybe I should, I don't know. I have done a good job of not like starting it for the longest time. And I get afraid of like starting it and having to, finish it.
Yeah, because it might get good.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't really like that kind of environment for that.
Oh, you're more sci-fi, right?
Yeah. So I was like, if I start it and I kind of like it, I'll have that feeling of FOMO where I have to finish it, but I won't feel like I'm enjoying it while I'm finishing the show. So.
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like you have the mentality of finishing what you started.
Yeah.
And then halfway or like partly through, you're like, what am I doing with myself?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, it's like the whole time I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm regretting like I started this, but I had to finish it, but I hate this. Like I'm like, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that moment.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, I understand that mentality, but most time mine is like the extreme version. But I actually like it though.
Ah, okay. There are shows that I've watched where I felt that way. Where I'm like, it's all right, and then and then I just like still keep watching it. Travelers was like that actually. Travelers on Netflix. That's how I felt about the first half of season 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I took
was that the time travel?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, but then after like I took a 2-month break from it and I came back to it, then I'm like, okay, this is good again. Like so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, like, the opposite happens in a way. It's kind of like when, if I'm watching something and I take a break from it, and then I just, like, lose that habit of watching things. So I fall behind by a lot. And then after a while, you're like, I don't want to catch up. I get a mental, I don't want to catch up. I just
Yeah,
stop.
I know, because you got me to watch Arrow and you don't.
yeah. I was gonna use Arrow as an example because, like, I stopped at episode 10 of season 1, still there. Totally, is like up, caught up and everything.
Yeah, I'm like obsessed with the show, and it's actually ending. It's ending next season.
It's just really funny.
Yeah.
I forgot that I got you into it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to watch this because it's changing the actor from Smallville, and then you're like, oh, just give it a chance, and then I did, and then I've stuck with it ever since. And you
I mean,
don't.
at least it's not like one that you regret.
No, actually, there were parts in the middle where I was just like, why am I still watching this? Because some of the later, some of the later seasons were pretty bad.
Well, at least you know the source now. You can always blame me. Say, why am I still doing it? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, the show got better. The show got better. I think it slumped around season 4. I think it was season 4. It was the one where it had the introduction of the League of Assassins, and that was like a weird season. And then then after that it kind of got a little better. But yeah, I thought that was like a low point, very, very low point.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Like I honestly like find I'm not saying like Arrow's bad. I just never got around to watching it because I think it just became. I just felt like TV series are really long. So even though it's really long, I do find that it's really good, like compared to like movies and everything.
Yeah.
So like even though like I always say like I don't want to watch like superhero movies. Like, if I were to watch, if I were to be forced to watch a superhero movie or a TV show, I would rather watch a TV show because it felt like there's more to it than the movie. The movie view is a little bit cut dry sometimes. Yeah, because they always tend to rush things or they put too much stuff and they can't fit all of it in. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, this is rather lackluster.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of true.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying that's kind of true. I could see that. But I think that's why Marvel did so well, because instead of like rushing things, they took their time.
With the latest one, right? With the Avengers, you mean?
Yeah. Well, just in general. Come on, it took 22 movies to get to Endgame, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess so. But I mean, like, you're saying like Marvel overall, they took the time and they had like 22 movies to get to the final result, sort of thing, or is it like each movie took the time?
Yeah, to the final result. Each movie was a little. I still felt like a little rushed. I think Iron Man. Yeah. I especially felt it was rushed. Like the. That's what I mean. Like I understand from your point of view, like what you said, like it's a build-up point, but if each build-up point it was kind of like for me, it's just like, well, it's kind of like what you were saying, right? Like, why am I still watching this? Yeah. So it's like, well, if it's exciting throughout the whole series, or at least for me, or it doesn't feel like it's rushed or done really well, and it's not like a hit or miss sort of thing, then like I totally understand. I totally would probably jump on the whole Marvel bandwagon. But I think a lot of time it's just like, well, here we go again. Let's see how this episode will fan out. Yeah. And then you watch it's like, oh. Yeah. I think if you do go back to watching Arrow, I would say let's see, season 2 was probably the best season, and season 5 is a very close second to me.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it looks like every time I see like a trailer from the superhero hero genre, like for the TV series. It's really interesting. Like I find it a lot more interesting than I would, and I'm more likely to watch it than I would like a Marvel one, like a Marvel movie one.
Yeah, and I think it's because the trailers they pull from the entire season, and then it shows a lot more character moments and story driven points. And
exactly.
Yeah, because the big budget movies is a lot like special effects and trying to show the spectacle and everything like that. So
it's even more. I think it's sometimes like I would agree, but at the same time I don't agree, just because like a lot of the trailers. Maybe not for Marvel movies too much, but they would pretty much just show like the key points already, like in the trailer. And then when you go to the movie, like, well, the trailer was pretty much the movie, and then the movie just kind of like gives you a little bit more info of like what happened. So I would prefer where it's just like a sizzle, a real or a sizzle trailer, where it's like all spectacles, like okay, cool, blah blah blah, and you don't know what happened, and you come in expecting more of it.
I felt like the Marvel trailers are more like sizzle reels because most of the trailers I don't really know what's happening in the movie. Like I do kind of see an idea, but then when you watch the movie, it's completely like they did it on purpose to throw you off. And it's the DC movies I have an issue with the trailers. Where, yeah, like what you said, DC trailers are typically they show the entire plot.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, but I think that's why like I didn't say like it was Marvel specific. It's more like it's movie specific.
Oh yeah,
or movie in general.
Yeah,
a lot of time it's just like you watch a movie or you watch a trailer and you're like, well, this is the main point. Well, is there any point to watching the movie?
Yeah, and like some of the trailers, they also spoil like the twist too. Like
yeah, exactly. It's kind of like those parody YouTube thing where they would go in and they tell you like the movie or like a teaser of the movie or they summarize the movie and just make fun of the whole thing, but they do it in like 2-3 minutes. The trailer is just like that, but then it's not a parody. It's actually the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
It's just why?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do agree with you about like the Marvel stuff. I'm not they don't really spoil stuff. They just tell you like, okay, this is happening. They're gonna cover this ish. But so sometimes I do wonder though, like should they even like have it like that? Like say what they're gonna cover? Because what was it? I'm trying to remember what the last Avenger trailer was like.
Did you watch?
I was thinking like.
Did you watch any of the Endgame trailers?
I watched the first one, like when it came out. But I'm trying to remember, like I'm trying to see like what would happen if they didn't have a trailer at all, or they just, if you just go in and just, or they didn't show too much of it, I guess.
Yeah, so
like more. Like I remember they didn't show too much of in the trailer, but I was wondering like if they show even less than that.
Yeah, well then it becomes just a teaser where you just have voiceovers and then you see a title. Like that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the problem with that, yeah, once in a while you get like a really good hit with that. But like for example, Cloverfield, nobody knew what the heck that was. It was just like it was the trailers are always like so random, and it was a random like camera of like, oh, there's a disaster happening, everyone's in panic, and then Cloverfield. Yeah. That's it. Like there's nothing else. And it's so for those like movies when you can do that and then you make it viral, yes, it's good. But then sometimes if like it's like a big property like Avengers, right? And you show a trailer that does nothing, then you kind of don't have the awareness around. So then it comes into like discussion about marketing, right? So
yeah.
So it becomes a whole business thing.
It's a very valid point. It's especially if it has like a huge fan base. And then a lot of the fans will definitely like riot and be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, would they still go watch it?
Yeah. I mean, there's two ways of thinking about it, right? So one,
yeah.
Wait, what?
No, I said, yeah, I agree. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So like they can not show anything and then the fans can be surprised when they watch it. But what if it's a bad movie, right? And then if it's a good movie, yes. But if it's a bad movie, then okay. So the other thing is show something very specific from the movie, and then whether the fans hate it, then no one's going to watch the movie, right? So, for example, did you see the clip that they just released on from Aladdin where Will Smith was... Wait, hold on. Let me just move towards the news section, and then we can continue talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting into a lot of general topic.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, so in the news, did you see the Aladdin thing that happened where it was Will Smith singing the song Prince Ali? They released a very like specific clip of that entire number, and everybody...
Oh, really? I didn't see that one yet. No.
Yeah, everybody hated it.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you can go watch it right now. It's only a minute long.
Okay, hold on. Aladdin.
So terrible. Like, in my opinion, it's also really bad.
Prince Ali... Prince Ali, Netherlands.
No, just put Will Smith, Prince Ali or something.
Yeah. It's just so funny how he has like all those things. Okay.
And you gotta...
One moment, listen.
Yeah, just leave the audio on so we can also hear it from the listener side. Are you watching it?
Yeah. It's here. You guys can hear it?
No, it's okay. Just finish watching it.
Okay.
But you can hear it, right?
Yeah. Okay, I finished watching the clip.
Yeah. So what do you think about the singing? It was.
I mean, it's pretty much just like Will Smith old '90s song where he's just like the hip hop version ish.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like for me, what I heard was he's like singing with no emotion, and it sounds like they use so people keep saying they use autotune, but just more specifically, I think they use Melodyne. So autotune is when you sound like T-Pain. Melodyne is when you actually get the waveform for the song and then you adjust the person's voice to match the pitch of the note. And when you do it that way, there's a good way and a bad way of doing it. The good way is instead of like their voice hitting the note immediately, there's like this kind of like a lag time where it moves the voice slowly into that correct pitch. But this one sounded really, really bad. Like they just like suddenly his voice was just exactly that right note. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, now that you say that, it feels, because I was listening to it and the audio just felt off.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't his voice. It felt like really flat.
Yeah, it was very flat. And then there was no emotion. I'm like, I get that you may not be able to sing. You're a rapper, right? I get it. But why don't you just rap it in like a tune and then they can adjust the notes from there? Because what it sounds like is he didn't even rap. He attempted to sing, but he could not sing. Like, it was like completely no emotion, flat, very boring. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I think it just felt, it's similar to what you were saying. I get what you mean by no emotion now. It's just like, it feels like very it feels like the audio is out of sync. Like it's dubbed over the whole thing. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah. It felt like watching one of those like Chinese movies with like English dubs, you know?
Yeah, that's very true. Like it's weird because like in the beginning I was like, this is a little off, and then he does like his normal like rap stuff. I'm like, okay, so it's actually him saying it, but I don't know anymore. It confused me.
Yeah,
but I would, like you saying, like I would probably enjoy more if he was doing more in his style.
Yeah, like they should play.
I think that would make it a lot more different as well.
Yeah, because then instead of like, because right now it almost feels like he's trying to mimic the Robin Williams performance, but not doing a good job at it.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I don't know if it's like on him or if it's just like on the studio in general. Just like we want it exactly like this.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's his fault.
Yeah. So it's just like, I think at that point it becomes more of it's like, okay, we wanted to replicate the old one. Please make it exactly like the old one. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it's a shame.
Well, I mean, it's because they had so much success with the other ones that they did.
Yeah, I don't like that mentality that they have, but I totally understand it.
Yeah, whatever makes money, right? So it's like,
if you make,
was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
if
it ain't broken. Yeah,
it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, I just had a brain fart. I forgot the phrase.
If you don't fix it, break it.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go to the next news item. A couple things. We have a lot, so I'll just like go through some of the headlines real quick.
Yeah. Let's just go through them.
So Game of Thrones story petition, we heard about that already. The story is pretty bad, and
yes.
like that from like a lot of people. They complained, so they're signing petition. Sega Genesis, they're doing a Sega Genesis Mini, so that's like the cool. NES. Yeah, I don't know. Sega Genesis Mini sounds cool, but I don't know if I would get it.
Wait, why not? Like, did you get the Super NES Mini?
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Fair enough.
Yeah. The game list actually sounds good, but we'll see. Mortal Kombat, the movie, has been greenlit and it's going to be filming in Australia, so they're rebooting it. So I'm really excited about that.
Did it say the estimated release date?
Let me see. Mortal Kombat movie release 2021. That's still a while.
So like years.
Yeah, but it's good because it's going to be produced by James Wan, and James Wan, he does like Saw and Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay.
Kind of makes sense, right?
That's completely different.
Well, Fast and Furious for all.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like it's completely different genre. It's cool though.
Oh, you mean between Saw and Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got Saw, which is all the gruesome goriness, and then Fast and Furious, which is all the action. Now you got Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
So it's more like he was just it all builds up to this moment.
Yeah. He also directed Aquaman, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, wasn't Aquaman like one of those one where it changed director quite a lot? I forgot that was the one.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, he was there for the whole like direction.
Okay, it was Justice League, right?
Yeah, Justice League was the one that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it sounds promising. I hope it's good. But he's just a producer for Mortal Kombat. And the guy who's directing it is actually, he's in Australia. And if you look at his filmography, he has nothing. So his only thing is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's why like the filming in Australia. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Oh, and filming in Australia also allows you to bypass the laws, the labor laws or something like that. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's why they film a lot of like things like, Power Rangers, when they moved it to New Zealand, then they could hire people that were not union, and kind of sucks. It really sucks because then they overwork them. So, but that's why people sometimes do it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. So this other movie that's going to come out with Ryan Reynolds, it's called Free Guy. And I was reading the premise of it and it sounds really cool. It's directed by Taika Waititi, and it's like an adventure comedy, action comedy. It's about a bank teller, and then he lives his life very boringly. It stars Ryan Reynolds, and he lives his life and it's like so boring, and then he finds out his life is actually, he's a background character in an open world video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then he finds out that his game is about to go offline. So I was like, oh, this sounds really cool. So
that's a fun premise. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Batwoman, you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna apologize to listeners because apparently I didn't know the difference between Batwoman and Batgirl.
Yeah, there's a minor difference in that they're not the same person. Yeah. But
Batwoman is it's kind of like it's coming out in the CW, whatever channel that is for over in the US anymore. I don't know anymore. But it's a new TV series that's coming out where based on like the trailer, it's what happened when Batman doesn't show up anymore. So
yeah,
I don't know what you want to add to that.
Yeah, so Batwoman is actually Kat Kane, who's the cousin of like Bruce Wayne, and it's based in the CW universe. So it's actually interesting that it's starting on the same season in which Arrow is ending. So it's kind of cool that they're finishing up Arrow and they're starting a new non-powered vigilante show that kind of like will probably take its place.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, see, for me, I'm glad like you are very knowledgeable, and I'm sorry again, listeners, for my inaccurate view of Batwoman. But because when I was watching the trailer and she was saying like she was a cousin, I was like, wait, she's cousin? I thought it was a different relationship. I was thinking of Batgirl. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Batgirl is the commissioner's daughter, right?
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, okay, I guess they changed things a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they went with Batwoman because it hasn't been done before, and it allows them a little bit more free reign with the story.
That's cool. So, correct. How much of it is accurate, Tony? So, from what I saw, like it was like based on the trailer, it seems like very women empowering, which I thought was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how is it based on like the original. Like, is her attitude similar to that, or?
I don't really know what her attitude is like. I know that she does, like in the cartoon, when she was in the cartoon, she plays by her own rules, and she's like part of like the Bat Family group, but whenever they work together, she's more of like the Punisher style, right? And Batman is not, right? So Batman wants her to follow the rules, and then she's like, well, I've been doing this like on my own, and so you cannot control me,
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I know much about her.
Oh, so Tony, you saw a trailer, right? So was that Alfred?
Her dad?
No, sorry. In the trailer, there was one clip or section where where it was just a guy saying like you can't go down there.
Oh, okay.
Etc.
No, that's
I was like,
that's Luke Fox. They put him as the son of Lucius Fox, and Lucius Fox, if you remember, The Dark Knight is Morgan Freeman. Yeah. So he's the guy that is the tech guy for Wayne Enterprises, and then helps Bruce Wayne with all the tech. Okay,
that makes sense because I was like, he looks so familiar, but where? Well, he can't be Alfred.
Yeah, he's just a tech guy, kind of like in Arrow, you got Felicity, right? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be like that for this show.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
They always have a tech guy in any of the CW shows.
what they have like a CW show about tech guys.
That would be funny. Because, yeah, in Arrow.
Over with all the tech guys.
Yeah. No, they did that. Well, kind of. Because on The Flash, they have Cisco, right? And whenever they had the crossover, then Felicity and Cisco would like just say a bunch of nerdy stuff and it would be really cool.
Oh.
And then like, I think on Supergirl, there's a guy named Win, and then he got replaced by Brainiac as well. And they served as the tech guy for that show. It's
cool.
always like the same format, like a team where there's the main hero, and then there's the love interest, and then there's the really cool like main like secondary hero, and then there's a tech guy. So, interesting.
Yeah, cool.
Let's see. Oh, and speaking of the Bat family, Robert Pattinson from Twilight fame just got casted as the next Batman.
Odd.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, because like when you think of Twilight, you imagine like shiny.
Yeah, shiny vampire. I mean,
the shiny vampire.
Did you watch Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter?
No, I didn't watch any of the series. Past second one.
Well, I was just going to say, like, Robert Pattinson, like, after Twilight, he did a bunch of other stuff, and he's actually a good actor. It was just Twilight. It was just very bad. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's just you're right. It's just like the name associated, the films he's associated with. That's renowned. Yeah. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. So he had the jawline.
I don't doubt his capability. It's just like I'm imagining like Batman, who is like supposed to be the Dark Knight in the shadow, but then now he's just like really reflective and shiny.
He's like, I'm Batman, and then he's all like sparkly.
Yeah, exactly. He's blinding like the villains instead. It's like, oh, you can't see me. Instead of using a smoke screen, you see like he gets even brighter or shinier.
He is like a walking flashbang or something.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's like the opposite. That would be interesting. A twist.
Yeah. So they are going with a younger portrayal. And then the director said that it's Matt Reeves. He said that the movie is going to be more like a detective story, which is like, I'm very interested now because, none of the other previous Batmans ever had like a true like kind of detective feel in their movies. So because sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like the genre.
All right, so Microsoft and Sony are joining up to do some gaming stuff. They're partnering for cloud gaming, I think. What do you think about that?
Something's up. I don't know what it is. It sounds too good to be true.
I mean, I was kind of expecting it. Like, not truly expecting it. I was just kind of thinking, what are they going to do separately? What are they going to do to combat Google Stadia, And then, it's because I knew Google Stadia was going to disrupt the industry, but I didn't know Microsoft and Sony, like what they were going to do was team up. So that was surprising. Yeah,
it feels like those superhero crossover now.
I know. It's like, oh, like Google Stadia is like Thanos.
Yeah. This is like the gaming world Avengers.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. It just seems too good to be true.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, how it goes. Like, it's great. Like, honestly, from a consumer point of view, it's great because that leads to potential cross-platform gaming with Sony and other console. But we'll see what happens and what will really happen.
Like, I'm reading a news article. It says, this new collaborations seeks to benefit us, the consumer, in the long run. Both companies understand their strengths, and the fact that they are willing to team up after years of competing against each other is definitely a sign of better things to come. And right now, it just sounds like some evil corporation-like statement.
Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, let me see what other news item I have. So the Game of Thrones writers, I think, are going to be doing a Star Wars movie for 2022. Sorry, Game of Thrones showrunners. So that's...
Wait, what runner?
The showrunners for Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to be... they've been announced to helm the 2022 Star Wars movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you know, this is May Sweep, so a bunch of shows have their season finales. So Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl and all of that. Oh, Big Bang Theory just ended their entire series. Like last Thursday.
Oh, wow. How many series do they have?
12 years, man.
12. How many seasons?
Wait, what was that?
So they have 12 seasons?
Yeah, it just ended on Thursday.
Wow. Interesting. And The Simpsons still go.
I know, man. Oh, and I already told you about John Wick 3, right? Did I tell you about John Wick 3?
Yeah. I still haven't seen the trailer yet, though.
Oh, but I said that I watched it?
Wait, did you?
I don't remember, did I? Well, okay.
Hold on. Wait.
I don't remember if I talked to you about it earlier in the recording.
No, well, you told me like on chat that you're like, oh, John Wick is out, and John Wick 3 is out, and that's all you said.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really watch.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday in the 4D theater. John Wick 3 just came out, and it's like super, super cool. The 4D made it a lot better. So I don't know if the movie's good or if it was just the 4D.
Well, what made it 4D?
Every time there was a fight scene, you felt rumbles in your seats every time someone got hit. And if the guy got knocked to the right, then your entire seat moved like slanted to the right. Like the entire seat moves.
Yeah.
Like a universal ride. And
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, and when there were like far shots, like, you know, scenic shots, then your seats kind of glide left and right, and then there's like wind that blows in your face. And then when there's like when there's rain scenes, there was like mist in the air. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So yeah.
Man, of all movies.
Yeah, well, no, it's a theater. This theater does 4D movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so this was supposed to home.
Yeah, Bunna Park.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there's one there. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's really cool, and the movie itself, I actually liked it a lot better than John Wick 2. When I watched John Wick 1 and 2, 1 was really good. 2 kind of was world building, but I didn't really like the world. And John Wick 3 continued world building, but it got better. So
okay,
yeah. I don't know.
I guess. Oh no, I'm trying to remember like what happened in the John Wick. Okay, so without spoiling, I guess. So 1 was about the dog. 2 was him trying to get out, but they wouldn't let him.
Yeah. 3, he's on the run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. So yeah. So and then they also have a TV series they greenlit in the John Wick world called The Continental, which is the name of the hotel.
For some reason, like when you said The Continental, I was watching a lot of Key and Peele recently. Mm-hmm. There was like this skit they did about the Continental, where it's pretty much just like one of the guests comes in and he has like the continental breakfast. Oh. And he's just like overly exaggerated, super filled with super joy. And I was like, breakfast is free. And I was like, don't mind if I have this free grape. And he just enjoys everything, like from napkins to orange juice to stuff like that. And when you said the Continental, I'm just imagining that with John Wick.
Oh, I'm looking at the clips right now. There's like Key and Peele Continental Breakfast, Key and Peele Airplane Continental. Like,
yeah. It's just super funny.
Yeah.
And ridiculous. Wait, so with John Wick 3, with the whole 4D, and you said like they do like all the movies. So how many movies are in their movie theater? Because I'm just imagining like Frozen.
Well, they have two They have two theaters that they do their 4D on, like two rooms, right? Theaters, rooms. I don't know how you call it.
Yeah.
So it's only 2 movies at a time that they have 4D. So right now it's John Wick and Endgame.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, tickets are pretty pricey. There's almost $30. So, but the nice thing is T-Mobile Tuesday, they usually give you a $4 movie ticket, and we thought it would only work on regular movies, so we just tried the app to order like for that location for 4D, and then it took the coupon code, so we actually got to watch it for $4.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
4D, $4. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
The 4.
Yes.
These were dollars.
4D. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. All right.
Well, I'm just imagining like, well, what would happen if like you watch Frozen or like Frozen 2? I guess if it's new now in 4D, would it just be like the AC cranked down
the whole time?
It's just like, okay, I get it. It's cold.
Yeah, I think they showed Moana in 4D, and there was a lot of like mist and smoke.
Oh, that's just like the projector malfunctioning. That's the smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That's how they cover up the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 40 guys. The smoke is part of the thing.
There was a interview with like people who watched Rogue One, Star Wars, and then they said that when the scene that Darth Vader shows up, the theater started filling up with smoke because he shows up, there's smoke on the ground, and then it just like made them feel more like immersed and scared.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Let me see. The next news item. Oh, there's gonna be a law that they're trying to pass in the U.S. for making loot boxes illegal, which is awesome. Loot boxes in video games. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's cool. Oh yeah, and John Wick. Speaking of John Wick, there's a crossover of Fortnite. So John Wick's in Fortnite right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine though that one person who's John? Hey, No, sorry, I'm just thinking about it. Last year when they had like Thanos and stuff, they had a lot of memes where John Wick would like defeat Thanos if like Thanos like hurt his dog.
Oh yeah. Killed the dog.
Yeah, and now I'm thinking, wait a minute. Fortnite last year had Thanos as the big like character that people can be. Only one person in the entire game can be Thanos at any given time. I'm wondering if like John Wick is like that right now in Fortnite, because that kind of brings it full circle.
Oh, that's true. That's funny. Oh, so will there be one Thanos and one John Wick as well?
Oh, that would be so cool.
When it becomes 1-on-1?
Oh, that would be so cool. The last two in the Battle Royale.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they have a Thanos one right now, though.
Oh, lame.
How do you use John Wick in Fortnite? It doesn't really say. It's a skin.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine so.
Oh, there's a character in Fortnite that is called Reaper, and he already looks kind of like John Wick. So then now that there's a John Wick skin, he looks very similar.
Nice. It's awesome.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, let me see. Any other news items? You were going to talk about Short Circuit shorts.
Yeah. So Disney is trying to have I guess it's, let me see. Yeah. A thing called Short Circuit shorts. Where pretty much they try to copy like their sister studio Pixar, and they have like experimental movies, I guess, or experimental shorts. Pretty much it's just to allow they say it's to allow artists or just anybody within the studio the opportunity to be showcased their profound talent. Of just like upcoming thing, and they just want. I think it's just partly a marketing thing as well, because they say like, we're gonna try to see what reaches out to the audience by having it experimental. But their term experimental is kind of vague. I guess like it's not like super artsy experimental like you would think. It's more conventional. Mm-hmm. So it's just a way of saying like it's not gonna be the Disney style that you know. We're gonna try something new, which I think is cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's just really interesting that they call it Short Circuit, because like in my mind, when I think of Short Circuit, I think of the old movie Short Circuit with the robot Johnny Five.
I don't remember that one. No.
Oh, it was really old. It was 1986. The robot looks kind of like WALL-E, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
WALL-E Short Circuit.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool. Let's see. You have anything else for news?
No, not really.
Okay, let's move on to the topic.
Topic of the episode.
Okay, so topic is just about like our favorite Batman games and Batman portrayals. So I don't know.
So it doesn't have to be games, okay?
Yeah, I mean, choose something from a game and choose something outside of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, easy for a game is just gonna be Batman from Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or Arkham Knight.
Yeah, that's the only one that I knew of.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't make. I don't have a lot of options with games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, and then for the movie portrayal, I actually really like Ben Affleck's version of Batman. Like, I think it's because it's the first time I've seen a Batman in the live action where he actually shows like martial arts skills and is pretty destructive in terms of how good he is. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like when that was, like which Batman that was. Is that like the very, very first one with like the Jack Nicholson?
No, that was Michael Keaton. Ben Affleck is the newest one.
Oh, the newest one. Sorry. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because like.
Oh yeah. No, totally. Yes, Dark Knight. Yeah. Sorry.
Wait, Dark Knight is.
That's why I was like, wait, what's the newest one?
The newest one is the Batman v Superman and Justice League version of Batman.
Oh, okay. Then that one I haven't seen again. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
that's what I was.
The Christian Bale one, like, yeah, I kind of, I don't know, like, the fight choreography for those movies was not really good.
No.
It was.
I think like in terms of like Batman wise, it's I'm not like a big thing like of the actor was like just okay. So it's more of just like the world around it got really awesome.
Yeah, no, like I agree. Like all the Nolan films, like the Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, the world and the villains were amazing, and I didn't really care for Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Well, I'm gonna say this though, because then Batman, his whole objective is not to be known, right? So he's just supposed to be like in the shadow. So I was like, okay, in that sense, it makes complete sense because like, all right, well, we notice everything around you, but not you. I got it.
Yeah,
you've done your job.
You know, when Ben Affleck was casted as Batman, everybody was like, oh, like he'll never be a good Batman. He'll never be Batman. And then his response was, yeah, if you guys think I cannot be Batman, then that means I'm doing a good job at being Batman. So yeah, that's true.
Yes, it's fun. I think like when I think about Batman, you think more like you would know him as Batman, but you wouldn't like in all the movies you don't really notice him. You don't think too much about him. You think more about like the villains.
Yeah.
Or what's happening.
Yeah, which is like, you know, this whole thing with like Robert Pattinson being Batman. Yeah, he doesn't look like he could be Batman, but that's what makes him Batman, right?
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
He looks like he'll be like a public like figure where all the girls will swoon to him, like Bruce Wayne, and no one will ever like think he would be like a Batman. Like he's not like big enough or scary enough to be Batman. But that's exactly what Bruce Wayne is. Bruce Wayne is the the person that people swoon for because he's this rich playboy, and then
exactly.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense with the actor that he can be Batman, right?
Yeah, because you're not supposed to know that it's Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
He's supposed to be like he's like Tony Stark, but you're not. But then like you don't know that he's Iron Man.
Yeah. Like
Tony Stark is the opposite, where you know exactly that he's Iron Man.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a different demeanor, but Batman purposely has a different demeanor as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, which is why.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So you know how we were talking about earlier about like a shiny Batman?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much just, now that I think about it, that essentially is just like Iron Man, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because then he's more showy now. It's not like undercover or like in the darkness sort of type.
Yeah, he's just visible. Everyone knows he's...
Yeah, he's just visible.
Yeah.
So we're just watching the new Batman is just going to be Iron Man. Less tech.
Yeah, less tech. Is your favorite live action one the Christian Bale one then?
Yeah, I think in terms of... Yeah, I mean, like... In terms of movie, I would say like that would be the Christian Bale one. But I think in terms of like overall, I think it would be like the first version of like Batman, not like the Adam West, but it's just like the one where movies, yeah, Michael Keaton and everything. Yeah. Just because like at that time I watched a lot of Batman and I was really into it. And when you see like on a movie, you're like, oh, he's finally getting a movie. This would be awesome. So it's more of like a nostalgia thing.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say the best thing ever, but I definitely know it's just like, oh my god, Batman's out in the movie, and then a couple years later you have more of those.
Yeah, I still think like overall though the best Batman media was the cartoon in the 90s.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, hands down.
Yeah,
like I think that's like the best one for me as well. That's what got me into it. I think that's like when I watched it, that's what my dad and I used to watch together a lot. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my god, it's Batman time. Batman.
What's really cool too was I think that was one of the first cartoons where they actually had a live, like full-on orchestra do the music. Where
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like it was a big game changer in the cartoon industry, where cartoons were no longer like just like a kiddie kind of production, but it had some seriousness to it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you're right, because like cartoons are normally associated for kids, right?
Yeah.
And then this has definitely a more adult or darker feel. And it definitely shows that when my dad watches it with me, and it's not just because you watch it because you have to, but it's just like he wants to watch it because it's nice.
Yeah, it's really good. So, yeah. Do we have any other...
On a different note.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you seen was it Batman Shanghai?
I have not. I heard a lot about it. I saw some pictures. But I have not.
It's pretty much just like Batman, but like it's an animated short of Batman, but in Asia, and it's just like super well animated, and you see the Bane transform and mutate and everything. So it's really cool. If you guys haven't haven't seen it yet, check it out. Check out Batman of Shanghai. The story is really short, and it's just you should watch the choreography. I can send you the link right now, Tony.
You what?
It's like a 5-minute. I can send you the clip.
Oh yeah. No, I already have.
5 minutes.
I looked that up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 3 episodes. It showed on the Cartoon Network. And it's like super stylized.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I will watch it later. But just from the screenshots, it looks really cool. It almost looks like it's not so much anime, but it's I don't know how to explain it.
If you think about like what do you call it? Was it Jackie Chan Adventures? It had that same feel-ish, but even more exaggerated in terms of action.
Yeah, it's not technically anime.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the animation style is very familiar to me. Maybe it's kind of like Batman Beyond, but just more stylized.
Yeah. Oh, Batman Beyond was a great series too.
Yeah. Man, Michael Keaton would be the perfect age right now to play old Bruce Wayne if they made a Batman Beyond like movie.
Oh, they should make a Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
I will watch that.
I know.
Unless it's done.
I think back in the like mid 2000s they were starting to do it, and then they didn't have the funding or something because it would have been too much money.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hope they still do it. They have so many people who could play a good like old Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Clint Eastwood would be
That's
too.
right. Yeah, I mean a lot of the actors now are getting old, so
yeah,
it would be perfect time.
Yeah. Any other Batman things?
None I can think of.
Okay. Let's move on to the mailbag.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail. You.
All right. So last week was what is your favorite escape room, or what do you want to see in one if you haven't done an escape room yet? And so Kinetic from the Behind the Line Radio from Enthusiasts, he says, I've only done one escape room in Dublin called The Magician's Secret at Exit to Escape. I guess that's my favorite one by default.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And is it also so it's the best one, but it's also the worst one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that place is a bad escape room. That's just, I don't know. It's in Dublin. I'm not going to go there.
That's right. I'm just trying to remember.
Hey, you're close by there, kind of. Not really, but you're in the same, like, continent.
Close enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Closer.
Yeah.
Closer.
You should do it. If you go
Actually,
there.
maybe. Yeah.
If you go there.
No.
Let's see. One Track Punk, that's John Layola from One Track Gamers, according to Amanda. He says, still have yet to go to an escape room, but I would like to try. And then Sword Chomp says, same as John. Let's see. There's some cussing in this statement, so I'm going to have to adjust this. Sword Chomp, he says he would like to go to one that would mess up his mind psychologically, one that would just really unnerve him for an hour.
Didn't you and the rest of your like Steve, Long John and Andros and Hung go to like 2 horror ones that were really good?
Yeah, we did.
In San Diego.
There was a good one in San Diego, and there's also one in Fullerton that's just like
Fullerton.
Yeah, that was PTSD inducing. Like,
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I could say that. Hey, Sword Chomp, when you're in California, go to Fullerton, play the game called Zoe at Escapades Games in Fullerton. It is probably the worst time and the funnest time you'll have.
If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh man, that game, jeez. Oh my gosh. There's one point in that game where I solved something that kind of revealed something scary that, everybody else had to run into the corner and then hug each other because they were so scared. And then I actually was still in the open and just frozen and I couldn't move. Because I was like just staring at the thing that was scary. And I was like, Yeah, that's a really good game. You should try playing it when you're in town. What's your favorite escape room that you've done?
Man, I'm trying to think back. It's been a while.
So nothing over at Sweden then.
No, actually not. This a lot of it's actually really subpar over here. And then like the good ones are like the average one over back in California.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
All the California ones are very like average compared to New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Like there was one in New Orleans that we did where, we did something and then the lights shut off and then big voiceover. And then when the lights turned on again, we were in a different room. It was because...
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, the walls moved, dude. The walls are motorized. They all moved.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I think one of the better ones I went to... Well, not better ones. I think I would say memorable.
Okay.
Memorable one that I went to was like when we first started, was you in this one, Tony? Did you go to Exit Game one where like the hardest version or whatever?
Oh yeah, the sorcery one?
Yeah. So I remember like the one where we took it twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I say memorable. So this is the most memorable experience I had with Escape Room, where it was so hard that we just like curled up in a corner and just sat there and waited for the help.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first cool part was the one I was exposed to, like something that's more technology driven. Like when it turned on, they had like lasers and stuff.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
You remember that song?
Yeah.
Like when we were in the room, the library or whatever, and then we unlocked stuff, and then it turns off the lights and the laser, and we had to redirect the laser and stuff like that. So
yeah, which I was also like thinking, is this actually safe? Is there any like,
Oh yeah.
Because
so that's the first time that I was exposed to something like that. I was like, wow, this is cool. I didn't know like you could get like so high tech.
Yeah.
And then later on, as we progressed throughout the puzzle, we were like stuck in like the last room, and there's like one puzzle left, and we just couldn't solve it. And we were a group of like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people. And in the end, we were just like so tired and drained out. This is like the second attempt, by the way.
Yeah.
And we got to the last part where we just like, we can't figure this out. What do we do? Some of us just couldn't figure it out, and we didn't want to use up our last, or we used up our last hint. So we just, some just sat in a corner, and some of us would just like walk around thinking. And when the time was up, the game master came in to check up on how far we get, and someone was just in the corner, just like in a zombie state. It's like, oh my god, why would you?
Yeah, just like curled up and then rocking back and forth. I remember that.
And the answer was so obvious, and we were like, oh my god, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Why did we get it?
I think
we were just really tired.
Yeah, and I think Hung and Steve went back a third time to actually beat it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was memorable. All right. Very memorable.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was like our first few attempts that made it so
paying that much to do it over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, what question do you want to ask this week?
Let's see. Oh, is it May?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's May right now, right?
Yeah. When you said that, I just thought of Justin Timberlake.
May? It's gonna be May.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May. Let's see.
Oh, speaking of Justin Timberlake, he just got his doctor of music, doctor of philosophy, his doctorate degree in music.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still in cool.
Yeah, he got that from the famous Berklee's College of Music University.
I didn't know he was still taking school. That's cool, though. That's
I didn't
awesome.
know, but yeah, that's really crazy. Because my mentality of him was just like, oh, this guy just does music, right? He just makes music, pop music. Like, he doesn't know any music theory. But that's just his purpose portrayal in the media. But in the background, he is a musical genius. He knows everything about music. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, I don't doubt it. Like, he made a great move breaking out from the team, and he did success. He's a great success.
Yeah,
it shows.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. Sorry, you're gonna say something.
No.
Because you said something about May.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can think of something. So, I'm gonna do a lame one. Since we did Batman, question: what is your favorite version of Superman?
Oh my gosh. What is your what is my favorite version of Superman? You know what? This is controversial, but I think the Injustice Superman.
Injustice Superman, okay.
Yeah, from the Injustice series. Because that's... Yeah, because he turned into a villain, but for basically, like, not like it's the right reason, but it's an understandable reason.
Yeah.
You know, because the Joker tricked Superman into killing Lois Lane because he made Superman hallucinate Lois Lane being like a dark side or someone, right? And then I think it's just that's the realistic portrayal of someone that has powers, like that much power, and then being corrupted by it.
Yeah, it seems more grounded, right?
Yeah. I'd probably say that one.
Okay. Let's see. It's only two that I know. One is like I forgot the actor name, but like the 90s one.
Yeah, the one with Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah, pretty much that one. Yeah. It was between that one and I think Smallville. Smallville was one where it felt like in the early season, it felt like really nice and grounded. Mm-hmm. And then it just became too much of a drama later on, so I just stopped watching it. Yeah, and
just so you know, he basically defeated most of his like supervillains before he became Superman, which is kind of stupid and ridiculous.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that was pretty much it.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch the Dean Cain one?
Sounds familiar. Can you send me a link? What was that about?
It was Superman, but it was a TV show. It was called The Lois and Clark Adventures.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I think I might have. Lois and Clark.
Or was it Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman? Something like that.
New Adventure. Yeah. Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Yeah, no, that's the one I was thinking about.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah. That's the one I remember.
Okay. Okay, that one. Because I thought you were talking about the movies.
Oh, no, sorry. I was thinking about it's like a mix-up, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that one was a pretty fun one, I would say. Like, it was, I think it was around the same time as the Flash TV show, too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that was a good one. That's a good choice. Cool. All right. Cool. Do you have anything else we can move on?
No.
Okay. We can move on to the final lap. All right, so things to promote. I guess I haven't really promoted this lately, so I'll just promote it now. Is that, hey, I got a music album that I released back in September. Go look for it on anything. It's called Fairy Tale Solstice. What was that?
This laugh is like, I have something. Go look for it. And then if you didn't continue on, I was like, oh, you're not going to tell them what it is. It's like, go look for it.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Yeah, it's called Fairy Tale Solstice. And actually, if you Google it, it just shows up right away.
Awesome.
The first one that shows up is Amazon.com. Wait, I submitted there? Wait, what?
Someone's making money off of you.
Oh, you know what? Because when I submitted before, Amazon took the longest time to actually approve it.
Oh, okay.
So I never followed up. But yeah, it was also released on Amazon Music, apparently. And also on iTunes and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah.
Spotify?
Yeah, somewhere on Spotify, somewhere on iHeartRadio, somewhere on Deezer. That's also on YouTube Music. I guess it's on every like music service that you can find. So
nice, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, and then other than that, we also have a NTFTT Pod YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. We're most active on Twitter, and I do post occasional Instagram posts. And whenever I stream video games, it's through our Twitch channel. And I've been streaming Mortal Kombat lately. Yeah, I think that's about it for my end. Do you have anything else to promote?
Same as always, check out our friend Steve at themindfulbuilder.com. And also check out my friend Vince, Hypeman Vince, at everything except Twitch.
Yeah, he's a live streamer, guys, and he's on everything except for Twitch.
He's funny. Okay, no, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, no time for time travel. Signing off, Herdiger and Warp Speed. See ya.
Goodbye.
I love the Power Club.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the Power Club.
No time for time travel.